Hey y'all, welcome back to Krista's Kitchen. So today we're doing things a little bit different than usual. I'm going to show y'all how we pack road trip snacks and some of the road trip snacks that we like to make. I am trying one new recipe today that I hope will be super yummy. I'll also share with y'all some of the tips and tricks that I use to cut down on the headache, the fights, and more successful road tripping, because I'm the type of person that doesn't like to stop. And our gas station expenses when we stop for snacks and drinks and all of that add up really quick with all of us. I mean, we're looking at $60 easy, and that's not even for gas. That's for snacks. So this is how I cut down on it. This is the time that I let my children have splurges. Michael knows that when it comes to packing the car, this is what I do. Don't mess with it. He just stands back and he's like, all right, well, I'll bring you the bags, or I'll bring this, because I have a specific way I like to do it. And it really is a lot more successful. It cuts down on our fighting, and it cuts down on that expense, which is a huge part of things. Like, we'll still have to stop for bathroom breaks and gas and different little things, but not massive amounts of snacking. But I'm going to show y'all how we're packing a few of our snacks. We're trying a new recipe in one of these as well. It's a flavor type of pretzel, and I found these really cute little pretzel rings at Aldi the other day, so we're going to use these to try out this new recipe. Tomorrow I'll take y'all through the car and let y'all see some of the things that I think are massively important to the success of a road trip. But first thing we got to do is get the rest of these dishes packed away. Leaving a clean house is the best way to come back. The first day back, I always give for, we're going to have a crock pot meal. And it's a dump and go kind of crock pot meal. And the day is going to be relaxing, cleaning out suitcases and cleaning out the car and getting those things stowed away. No major plans for that very first day back, because to me that's a recipe for disaster. But I'm going to move y'all over to the crock pot. We're going to get our pretzels going and get working on the rest of our snack packs and things. In the bottom of our slow cooker, we have a stick of butter that we've melted. We're going to add in a teaspoon of granulated garlic. I'm going to add in a packet of ranch seasoning mix. Now, I have the containers, so I'm going to add in the 2 tablespoons. And that's about equal to a packet of ranch. And we're going to toss in a 20-ounce bag of pretzels. Now, we're not adding any salt because the pretzels already have the salt on them. If you have unsalted pretzels, then you may want to wait until the end and then add those pretzels in. Add that salt in yourself once you've tasted it. But we're just going to cook this on low for about 2 hours. We'll come and toss it every 30 minutes or so. Keep it moving all around, and we want these seasonings to mix in really well. The next road trip snack that we're packing is what we call our Lunchables, because it's basically what they are. But we use the toasted chips. They're Ritz toasted chips, and that's our crunch factor. This is for Eleanor and Thatcher, because the older kids like the meat and the cheese just wrapped up. They don't like the little lunch boxes. It makes them feel like a kid, I suppose. And they don't want that. They want to be adults. So we're just putting Eleanor's turkey, or Thatcher's turkey, down in his little container, and some cheese. And we just get the little packs of deli turkey. And I get these pre-sliced cheeses from Aldi. I'm just going to put that down in there. His chips will go here. And he prefers turkey. Eleanor likes a mix of ham and turkey. And then Thatcher will have apples down in this part. And I know this is a lot, but when I tell y'all my 4-year-old eats like a grown man, he eats like a grown man. Plus, this is like snacking for them. So I'll leave that side open for in the morning, and we'll add the chips at that point. But Thatcher prefers apples for his Lunchables. And then Eleanor prefers tomatoes. Thatcher will eat tomatoes like in his food, but he won't eat them like this. So we just get some grape or cherry tomatoes for Eleanor. And we'll put those down in here for her. Now for hers, I'm also going to add some apples because she will eat the apples as well. And I just toss them in a little bit of lemon juice, just like you would if you're just slicing regular apples that you don't want to turn. And that way they stay nice and crisp and they don't go brown. And then for Eleanor, she'll like ham and turkey. So I'm going to pull her out a few pieces of this ham. Now by the end of the trip, Eleanor usually shares some of her stuff with Thatcher because she's not going to eat nearly as much as he will. But that's it, and her chips will go in here for tomorrow. And you might say, well, couldn't you just do it all tomorrow? I could, but then I'd have to pull all this out, and then I'd have to put all of it back up, and it's just easier for me to do it the day before, and we can get certain things packed away. Now for Lainey and Weston, we're just going to take a few slices of the ham, and then a few slices of the cheese, and roll it like that. And that's how Weston likes his, plain and simple and done. So we're going to do 2 of those, and then we'll do a few of the turkey ones as well. With Lainey, it's hit or miss what she will eat, so I just let her snack and kind of go at will. Now I know I say different names for all of the food, but really when it's road trip time, unless it's the drink that you specifically requested or something, then it's all free game. It's first come, first serve, whoever wants whatever. I tend to overdo it so that there's plenty and there's no question of, well, it's all gone. So we will have extra snacks by the time we get to our destination, but that's okay. So the next snack I'm making is one that is mostly mine. Again, everyone is welcome to it, but I'm the main person that's going to be eating on it. So I just take these little sweet little mini bell peppers or mini peppers, and I take the seeds out. I mix some cream cheese and some chopped salami, which I know many of you are going to be like, that's super weird. But I just stuff it down into these, and it's cream cheese, low carb. Let's see, less than 1 gram of carb. Alright, so it's a low carb treat, but my main thing is it is not the bread and crackers, which, believe me, I would love to have those all of the time. But as we get older, our bodies just don't handle that as much. So, or as well. So I just stuff these down into here. You can add some everything bagel seasoning to it if you like. If you like that. I do have that, and I've done that before. It tastes okay. I mean, it tastes good. It's just, they taste perfectly fine to me, just like this as well. So I'm going to make as many as this little cream cheese mixture will make, and then we'll move on to the Uncrustables. Now, I'm sure you all know how to make Uncrustables, so I'm not going to take y'all through the torture of that. But we pack Uncrustables for our trips also. Ironically enough, that's Lainey's main treat. I say that's not ironic at all, but that would have been my original, like, least likely person to think would want the Uncrustables. But Lainey loves some peanut butter and jelly Uncrustables, so we're going to make some of those and pack plenty of those down into the cooler. The awesome thing about the Uncrustables is I can freeze them right now, and they'll act like a little mini ice pack as well. By the time they go to dig into the cooler, they will have thawed. So the last part of our snack mix that we're going to make for right now is our Parfaits, because I want to put these in the freezer and let them freeze up, because again, these are just like the Uncrustables. They will thaw as they sit in the car. And you see I'm just making 2. This is for Eleanor and Thatcher. I tend to cater more towards the little ones because they're the ones that decide they want to eat 30 meals when we're in the car. So I'm just putting a few strawberries down into the bottom of their bowls. We're going to layer it with just a little bit of yogurt. Their preference is peach, so that's what I'm putting in. Then we're going to add in some blackberries. I'm going to drizzle it with just a little bit of honey, just in case those blackberries or strawberries are tart. I'm going to top it with a little more yogurt. Now, I love to have these parfaits also, but I've found when I make enough for myself, I don't eat them. But if I just make for the kids, one of them ends up giving me the rest of what's left over of theirs. So it works out perfect. No waste, and it gets taken care of. So just topping it off with a few more of these strawberries. And we're going to push in a few of these blackberries just so they know there's blackberries down in there also. And that's it. I'm going to put our lids on, pop them in the freezer. Oh, I didn't leave any room. You want to leave a little bit of room if you're freezing them for it to expand just a little bit. So I'm just going to lightly screw these on. And then these I'll just mix in with Thatcher's yogurt for after school today. So this is how we pack the inside of the van, the stuff that we need most reachable. So the kids have their little poppets, and in their art box they have the little mazes and stuff they can wipe off with some dry erase markers, a few little activity packs, and then these little composition books that the kids like to draw in, and all packed in this little thing so they can keep the mess off of my floor. We will have some stray markers and things that we'll have to clean up, but it keeps them pretty handy. And even the big kids like the markers and the coloring books. They pretend like they're not going to, but they color. Always have a trash can. And I keep some extra plastic bags in the back where we can reach over, one of the big kids can reach over the back seat and get another one if it gets full. And we just toss these out at the gas station whenever we're there. You see, one of the kids didn't eat all of their bagel bites for breakfast. This is the cooler that stays up front with drinks and stuff. Nothing's in it yet. But with drinks and the snack packs or Lunchables, things like that. And each time we stop at the gas station, we refill it. And then the dry snack bag. So, again, this is not healthy. And that's okay. This is the time that they get to have different things, but all different types of snacks. There's our pretzels. And then big kids usually go to the back. So there's extra set of charging cords down here for both types of devices that we have as well. But everyone is expected to bring their own charging cord. They do have charging ports in the back. The kids, the big kids also like to sit back and they play Uno and have all of that. But you see, they can plug in their device. They have their own little window shade. And basically, they can have their alone time. And they can control their own AC. So that's a plus. But the main thing is trash can, up front cooler, some snacks and activities. And then make sure everyone brings a blanket. It doesn't matter if they get cold or not. But that way, if they are cold, that's okay. Everybody's taken care of. Everybody has their own blanket. They're not fighting over one. And your space to bring whatever you want to bring is your leg room. So, if you can't fit it in your leg room, it doesn't ship.